Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be shopping my stash. I know it has taken me forever to do this video. I have been talking about it for so long, but today I just felt like playing around with some makeup and having some fun. So let's go shop my stash together. Okay girl, so I'm going to go ahead and pick out my palette first just because I like my blush to go kind of with my eye look that I'm going to do. So my husband hung this rack up on my wall, so that way I could store all my palettes, and I really find that this helps so much with like rotating my palettes and stuff around, just because they're out and I see them and I want to just use them more often. So I think for today, I'm not sure which palette I want to use. I was thinking about using the Michell one, but I use that one so often. I'm like, no, use something that you don't normally use. I have all these, like this Mora one down here is so pretty. I like that orange. I want to use that orange sometime soon. I don't think today though. I think today I want to do maybe I'll use the Lorella palette. This is the Desert Skies. I know a lot of you should have this palette, especially if you are subscribed to, I believe it was Slay Glam that we got this. I think I'm going to use the teals in here today though. So yeah, I think this is the palette that we're going to go with. So this is the stand that I have behind me for my background. Now I did change a few things. I did have like this row right here had all of these gray tubs, but I took them out as you can see, and I just am going to be using containers, because when all of my makeup was in these bins, like I never would get it out and use it because, again, out of sight, out of mind. Okay, so over here I have all of like my face palettes. So it has like blush, bronzer, and highlighter in those palettes. I'm probably not going to grab one of those today. Okay, so I'm going to start with primer, and I want to go ahead and use this primer up because it is almost out. I also think I'm going to use this primer today because I want to use this one up as well. I'm not sure what foundation I want to use today. Like, oh my god, I love this foundation, even though I don't even think you can get this foundation anymore. I'm going to use the Catrice, and I'm going to use the Maybelline one today. I also have like this brand new blush right here from e.l.f. And this is a new one too that I have not used. And look, it's like separating. So you know what, I think I am going to go with the Cheek Dew from ColourPop. I've never tried this. This is a serum blush. I want to use this color, I think, today. I have to say that I don't really like this container situation for my blush. I'm going to do something different. Let's see if I can just set this on top of here so we can see what we got going. I feel like, hold on. See, it's like just so hard to get in there and get your blush out. I really like this Burt's Bees. I think we're going to use that today. Or should I use this one? Okay, so I think I decided on the e.l.f. blush. And does this have a name? Always Spicy. I think that will go pretty good with that cheek tint. So in this little drawer, I have all my single eyeshadows, and this is an eyeshadow base actually, and this is the big teal one. So I'm gonna use this today. Okay, so these are the bronzers, and I think I'm gonna use these two. These are the ones that I just got from Temu, and I really love them. This is the bronzer that I got from the Dollar Tree. I've never used it, so I think we're going to try her out today. Okay, highlighter time. I think I want to use, do I want to use this one? Or do I want to use the Milk Glow? I did like this. I think I'm going to use this one today. So my powdered highlighters are back there. Honestly, I think I'm going to go with this e.l.f. highlighter right here because why not? So now I need a setting powder and a setting spray. And this is my floor ornament here. Actually, today is his birthday. He's 3 years old today. But yeah, he's just hanging out in here with me today. Being my floor ornament here. Yeah. I always call him my floor ornament because he just literally lays there and you just have to walk around him or step over him. He doesn't move for anybody. Okay, so let's see, what do we want to use for setting spray? This one is from Shop Miss A. This is, well, I might have if I show you. This is Vitamin Babe. I think I'm going to use this one today. Okay, so for a setting powder, let's try, I think I'm going to go with the Believe Beauty one today. Let's try that one out again. I haven't used that one in forever. And I was almost thinking, like, should I use this one? I don't know what color this is, but it looks like a champagne-y color. I think I'm going to grab this. I might use this today too. Okay, so I think that is everything. Okay, girl, so now that we shopped my stash together, I'm going to pull my hair back. I just washed and blow dried my hair today, so she's doing her own thing. Okay, so first I'm going to start off with eyebrows, and I'm just going to use the Oma Beauty 2-in-1 Brow Styler. I do really love this pencil, and I'm just going to fill in the brow with the pencil. And then once I get done with my makeup and powders and stuff, I go back and use the brow gel. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the Bella Pierre eyeshadow base, and this is what I use to carve my brows out with. I like to just take an angled brush and just carve my brows out. Okay, girl, so now that I look like a crazy mess, I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and blend it all out. Okay, so now that I have the base down, I am gonna go ahead and jump into the Lorella palette, and this is the Desert Sky palette. I'm just gonna grab a blending brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade right here, and I'm gonna put that in my transition area. We're just gonna buff it out. I love teal shades. I just think they're so pretty. And I'm just gonna take it right on up to my eyebrow. So now that I got that color laid down in the transition area, I'm gonna take this Be a Bombshell Big Teal Eye Base. I love this. This is so pretty. But you definitely cannot wear this on its own. It will crease like crazy. You definitely have to put a powder product over top of this. So I'm just going to grab a flat brush, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of this, and I'm going to place this teal shade on the outer corner. I'm just going to tap it down wherever I want that teal shade out of the palette. So I'm just going to take the same brush that I used for the teal shade. Of course, I wiped it off. And now I'm going to go into this shimmer shade right here, and I'm going to put that on the outer portion, right over top of that cream color, and it just looks so pretty. Gorgeous. Okay, so now I'm going to take this shimmer cream shade on a flat brush, and I'm just going to put that on the front part of my lid. I just love a teal and cream together. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into that teal shade, and I'm going to use a different brush. I'm just going to use a fluffy brush, and I am going to buff out the edges. And I'm going to bring it right around. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this purple shade and just blend right into it. Just adding a little bit of that purple in with that teal. That looks so pretty. I love it. Now going back with the very first brush and just blending out. And then of course I'm going to take and blend the line between the teal and the cream shade. Now I'm about to add some glitter, so it's okay if I get a little too far over on that cream shade. And I believe this is shade 2 from CoverGirl. And I'm just going to place this right over top of that cream shade. Ooh, this is so pretty. Very pigmented too. Now because I went straight on the lid with this applicator, I'm going to wipe it off before I stick it back in the container. Same thing for this side. So pretty. Of course, gonna go back with that teal brush and just blend out the edges a little bit. And of course, you already know I'm gonna use a black eyeliner in my waterline. I'm gonna go ahead and start with this primer, and this is the No Pore Blem Priming Water. It's like an oil for your face, but I like to use an oil on my face when I'm using that e.l.f. primer. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take a couple pumps of this. I just feel like when your face is really hydrated, this stuff just smooths over your skin so much better. It's not so sticky. Okay, so now for foundation, I'm mixing the two because this one is too light and this one is too dark. So we're gonna mix the two and come up with something. Is it gonna be perfect? No. I think I'm almost out of this too, which is good. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out. And this sponge that I'm using is the one that I got from Temu, and it is just like the Juno & Co sponge. If you like that sponge, you're gonna like this one. Girl, I didn't grab no concealer. Oh my God. Can't believe I forgot to grab some concealer. So I'm just gonna use this Revlon concealer. And this sponge I have already used and washed, and it came right clean. It didn't stain or anything. Okay, so now that I got that done, I'm going to go ahead and jump into bronzer, and I'm going to mix these two. These are ones that I got from Temu as well. I love them. They're so good. And it just melts right into the skin. So good. And I don't think this bronzer is too dark. Sometimes I can get a bronzer that's a little too dark. Sometimes I like to look a little tanner than I really am. But like seriously, this bronzer is so good though. It just melts right into the skin. I can't believe how good it is for how cheap it is. So after I do my cream bronzer, I always like to take my sponge and go around all the edges just to make sure that all the edges are looking nice and blended. Now I'm going to try this Cheek Dew from ColourPop, and this is their serum blush. I guess I'm just gonna apply. What? That might be too much. I hope that's not too much. So I'm just gonna take my steepling brush and blend it out. Oh yeah, it's blending out really nicely actually. Blending out pretty well. This side I put a little more on than this side, but that's fine. Oh, pretty. It looks cute. I like it. What do you think? Okay, so now I'm gonna get out my Believe Beauty setting powder. I'm going to use my little triangle puff. I'm going to pack it on the back of my hand just to get the excess off and run it right underneath the eye. That looks really good actually. This powder is very smoothing. So now I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and just lightly set the rest of my face. I forgot the cream highlighter, y'all. Oh my lord. Let me do my cream highlighter really quick. So I'm just going to take my finger and tap it in. This highlighter is so pretty. I really like it. Blends out so pretty. Let's go into some bronzer. Let's try out this bronzer because I've never tried it yet. I'm going to use my fan brush that I got from Temu. And of course the sprinkles do just like wipe right off. She smells good. I'm just going to tap her into place. Oh, looking cute. I was watching somebody on TikTok and they said that they did not like these bronzers. They said they were absolute trash, but I don't know, girl. I mean, I like the bronzer. Okay, so now I'm going to use this blush. Now with this blush, you have to be so light-handed, especially me because, you know, it's so dark. So just very lightly dipping and putting on because as you can see, it's so dark. So I literally did like one dip for each side because it is a darker blush, but I absolutely love this color of blush. Okay, girl, now for my highlighter. And of course, I'm going to use my weird brush that I like to use. This is actually like a foundation brush, but we're using it for highlighter over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our brow bone. And you know what? I think I'm going to use the e.l.f. highlighter for my brow bone. Ooh, careful, girl. For my brow bone and my inner corner. I love this e.l.f. highlighter. It's so pretty. This one is white gold. I guess this is still available. I'm not even sure. But I mean, this highlighter is huge. It'll last a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so of course I'm going to take this shade right here on a small pencil brush. And I am just going to put this on the lower lash line. And of course I like to bring it all the way out and connect. Okay, so I'm going to hit my eyebrows really quick with the brow gel. And this will just take any of them powders out. I'm like, I know I'm gonna do a nude lip today, but which one should I do? Let's pick a different lip liner than I always use. I think I'm gonna use my Hank and Henry, which I do need a dark lip liner for. So I'm just gonna line my lips, put a little Hank and Henry in there, and then I'm going to top it with my Essence lip gloss. This is a dupe for the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Diamond Milk. This one's in Milky Way. And of course, I'm going to use my heated eyelash curler. And I think I'm going to use some Kevyn Aucoin mascara today. I haven't used this in a while. And I would like to use it before it dries up on me. So we're just going to curl the lashes. Of course, I start at the base. And I just wait a few seconds. And now I'm just going to coat my lashes. Okay, and last but not least, we're going to use the setting spray. Okay, girl, so this is the completed look. I love how it turned out. I think it looks really good. I had so much fun shopping my stash, getting out some older products that I haven't used in a while, and I really enjoyed using all of them. Let me know down in the comments if you shopped your stash with me. I love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.